Hey, this is Darline Turner-Lee, Bedrest Coach, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And today we are taking a look at Chapter 2 of the book, The Healthy Home, Simple Truth. Let's do it this way. Simple Truths to Protect Your Family from Hidden Household Dangers by Dr. Myron Wentz and Dave Wentz. I have just been blown away by this book because, I consider myself a pretty healthy person, and I do a lot to keep my family healthy. We are like allergy central over here. You look at us the wrong way, and one of us has hives. So I'm really particular about the products that I use, about the foods that we eat, about the vitamins we take, everything. I'm really picky. My kids are always like, Mom, how come we can't have whatever? And it's like, because you're going to get sick, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'm reading through this book and realizing, wow, even as careful as I have tried to be, there's still room for improvement. And I wanted to just share some information that Dr. Wentz and his son Dave have put in this book. Now, a lot of you are saying, okay, you're a bed rest coach, you own Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. Why are you even doing this type of video blog? And I'm doing it because as I was reading through the book, especially in Chapter 2, the section on the bathroom, they both mentioned, do you ever wonder just how many chemicals are being absorbed through the skin and into the body when you use these items? You don't have to wonder. A recent study found more than 200 chemicals present in just the umbilical cord of a newborn. Now, that to me is incredible. 200 different chemicals. Now, a lot of people could say, oh, well, that's not such a big deal. But that's a newborn. they just came out. They haven't really been anywhere, done anything. And that's all stuff that they have ingested from their mothers and what their moms have ingested. They go on to say on page 80, cut way back on all product use if you're pregnant because your unborn baby will be subjected to the same products you use on yourself. And it's true. Just page 70 says it, page 80 says it. And it's really, something that we need to consider and to take to heart. Now, I'm not going to go through page by page. As we know, each time I pull out a couple of pertinent items to Mamas on Bedrest. I thought a more telling thing to do would be to just pull what I have in my bathroom and let's take a look at it. So one of the first things that's in we have like a separate toilet room from the rest of the bathroom is bathroom spray. Now, Dr. Wentz is a huge opponent. He opposes the use of aerosols, so strike one there. And anything that's kind of a synthetic odor or fragrance. And that's what bathroom spray is. But I got to tell you, in our family, sometimes it's used. But he does recommend, if you are going to use it, just a few sprays and then to turn on the vent. So yes, I will curtail my children who love to spray for it seems like 30 seconds and to do more about turning on the vent. Moving right along, we're going to head into the shower. Now, I actually had stopped using this particular dandruff product because it was making my head itch. Now, interestingly, I thought, well, that's weird. It's supposed to be anti-dandruff, and why is it making my head itch? Because it contains sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, which are both detergents. Detergents kind of pull the moisture out of your skin and makes it very dry. Well, here I am, already someone with very dry skin, someone who has atopic dermatitis or eczema, and I'm using a product which I thought would help me, and it wasn't. It was kind of making things worse. So had to stop using that, using a more all-natural shampoo. Now this I do not use. This is my husband's, but I pulled this out to make a point. He is really into this antibacterial body wash. And we get it at Sam's Club, and you can get, I think it's either 4 or 6 in a thing, and he loves it. It's 24 ounces, and he just thinks it's the greatest thing. I can't use it because, again, it sucks all moisture out of my skin. It's got sodium lauryl sulfate in it. It's got it's got a few things they say don't use. It's got the DMDM-hydantoin, it's got propylene glycol. I will talk about this in a minute. A list of things that Dr. Wentz says we should not be using on our skin, which is formaldehydes, and they are quaternium 15, 2-bromo, 2-nitropropane, 1,3-diol, diazolindinyl urea, imidazole lindyl urea, and DMDM hydantoin. Also, these are formaldehydes, and one of those was in here, the DMDM hydantoin. Also, he recommends against using things with propylene glycol, which is in this. And what else does it have? It has a few, and it has artificial color, which is another no-no. Now, I don't use this one because it was ripping my skin apart. I was like itchy, and I was actually having cracking on my skin, but my husband loves it, and I'll have to tell him, hey, honey, how's that formaldehyde working for you? So anyway, moving right along, a couple of things that really bummed me out. One in particular was this tub moisturizing cream. Now, this is something that the dermatologist recommended that I use on my son when he was an infant. He had really bad infant eczema. Oh, poor baby. He would kind of like rub at himself and pick at himself. And we went, and I really didn't want to use a lot of cortisone because, of course, babies have very delicate skin. I basically didn't want to rub it away. So she had me using some sort of liquid skin cleanser and putting this on it, which I did, like probably 3 times a day. I was so anal about it, and he still uses it sometimes, and he's 5. And right here, first ingredient, water, second, petrolatum. Well, what is petrolatum? Petrolatum is petroleum. I have been putting petroleum on my child for 5 years. Okay, what else does it have? And it has dimethicone. Is that one of the things? I thought that was in there. It has, what do we have? PEG, glycerol stearate, tocopherol acetate, blah, 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 blah. Sodium hydroxide, and some propylene glycol. There we go. So, I mean, and this is something that was expressly recommended to me for my child. So that really kind of upsets me. Anyway, and by far one of my saddest discoveries was that my beloved body butter, and yes, I will say it, I love body butter. I love the different fragrances. I love the different types. I just love it, love it, love it. And now my kids love it, love it, love it. And it contains parabens, methylparaben, propylparaben, xanthan gum, benzyl alcohol, fragrance, disodium, EDTA, parabens, not good. And why are we discussing parabens? Why am I worried about parabens? Because according to Dr. Wentz and the research that he has done, he is a microbiologist and cell biologist and immunologist. He has been doing this thing for like 1,000,000 years. Phthalates and parabens can alter hormone systems and contribute to early prepubertal changes. I have an 8-year-old daughter. We've been using this stuff for a while. A little scary. Also scary is I have a sunblock stick that I use, which is supposedly pure and free for babies, but I don't have the box, and so I won't say specifically, but I'm kind of thinking it may have parabens in it. And here it is. You can see it. You just kind of rub it on, and then you can rub it in. But, something else I have to be concerned about. And one thing that actually was kind of funny was here I am with my lovely red lipstick, and here I actually had a spare in my drawer, and it has so many chemicals in it. Now, again, I was a biology and chemistry major in college. First of all, the writing is so tiny, I had to bust out with my son's Inspector Gadget magnifying glass. And even with that, the stuff that's on here, I can't even pronounce. And I used to do this stuff. I mean, it is amazing. I can't even tell you what half of this stuff is in here. I can't even say the other half of it. And yet, I put it on my lips, which is really pretty scary. So, eye pencil. Thought, well, hey, it can't be all bad. It's wood, but I don't know what's in the little coloring part, and I don't have one handy. So if you happen to be at an Almay or a Maybelline or whatever, hey, jot it down and write me back. info@mamasonbedrest.com. Let's talk about what's in these little sticks. Finally, the thing that really kind of blew me away, and I have to say I never looked at it, was toothpaste. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy, a lot of people saying you don't need fluoride, is fluoride in our water, etc. But I was just like, okay, whatever, fluoride. But my toothpaste, which is this lovely whitening toothpaste, has sodium fluoride, 0.24%, which is supposed to prevent cavities. But it's also got triclosan, which is the antibacterial. So it's got the same thing that I was putting on, my husband puts on his skin, that we're putting in our mouths. I don't know, I have a hard time with that. That's kind of weird. But what really caught my eye, and I have to say, I have used this brand of toothpaste probably for most of my life because my parents used it. I mean, I'm 45. I've used this most of my life. And it says, if more than use for brushing is accidentally swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center. What? How much is this? I mean, I don't know. How much is too much? I would imagine, now true, I don't allow my children to use this by themselves, but really, how much is too much and how much is going to make you sick? I mean, it's toothpaste. I'm always saying to my daughter, do not put things that are not food or toothpaste in your mouth. And come to find out the toothpaste has a poison control warning on it. But hey, that was nothing compared to what's on the old mouthwash. And I'm trying to cover the name, but anybody with any sense knows what this is. And it reads right here on the back. In case of accidental ingestion, seek professional assistance or contact a poison control center immediately. Do not use in children under 6 years of age. Children over 6 should be supervised when using this product. And they actually gave the name, but I said that. Now they're saying use, rinse or gargle for 30 seconds with 30 ml or 1 fluid ounce or 2/3 of a capful. And they have the little line here in the top. So my thought is, if you guzzled it, would it make you sick? I mean, not saying I'm going to go try it out and figure it out, but it's like it really behooves you to wonder, like, okay, this is something I use once, sometimes twice, 3 times a day, depending on if I have meetings, I'm meeting people, what have you. And it's got a poison control warning on it. I mean, to me, this is really, really amazing stuff. Again, why am I talking to mamas on bed rest on it? Because first and foremost, what you're taking in, your baby is taking in, and you have such delicate little babies. I really just want to raise your awareness. Secondly, I'm not telling you to go out and just trash everything in your bathroom, because I'll tell you, I've still got 3 or 4 more tubs of this stuff in my cabinet. I will use it all, and then maybe I'll switch to something else. But I think the bottom line is we have to be aware. We have to understand that we got to read labels. We have to be careful. We have to take steps if we want to be safe. So many of these products, they say, oh, they're fine, there's no problem. But, you know, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have about 12 things here on my desk that I routinely use every day in my bathroom. And sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if I work out and then I'm going out late or whatever. I'm using these products a lot. And then some other things, like if I'm going out, I may put foundation on. I don't typically wear a lot of makeup, but if I'm going out, I'll put makeup on. I may put a little perfume on. I mean, and that's just all cumulative. So while alone each product is okay, when you start putting 12, 15, sometimes even 20 products together, all with small amounts of these toxins, then you get a big amount of toxin. And that's why it's so important that you watch what you use, that you read the backs of containers, and that you make decisions like, okay, like for me, I'll admit, body butter is important to me. I love it. It works well. The soap, not so much. So I switch the soap. I'll use the body butter for a while, and I'll cut back on it and use something else once this is done. Lipstick. I'm not going without lipstick when I'm going out in public. I don't want to look like scary girl. But when I'm home, I don't need it. As my son tells me, Mom, don't leave lips on me. I'm giving him kisses. Don't leave lip marks on me. Okay, now is a better reason not to do that. And so I won't leave lip marks on them. But it's really to just be aware. Look at the products that you're using. And when you can, make substitutions. Okay, bathroom spray. Got to tell you, I'm not cutting out the bathroom spray. In my family, certain things we eat, it can be a really bad situation. But I can use less. We can put the bathroom fan on and air out the bathroom. We can open our windows. It's all good. I just realized I didn't talk to you about antiperspirants and deodorants. And this is another one that's really important. Now again, the stink factor, I have a hard time with it. But it has behooved me to start really looking for some alternatives, because this is what I use, and some of you may recognize the package, but Dr. Wentz was real clear. Aluminum, which is what's in here, aluminum zirconium tetrachloride, has no useful function in the human body. So it's a metal that has no function for our body. What it does do is it accumulates in our body, and it targets the lungs, bones, and central nervous system. When it accumulates in our body, it stops DNA replication and causes cell death. Not such a good thing, killing the cells of your body. What aluminum does is it competes with needed minerals that our body needs, such as magnesium and calcium, as well as iron and transferrin. Those are our molecules. Those are substances that our bodies need. Yet, if we have too much aluminum, it competes at certain sites where these other things need to be, and then they're not getting in there, and then our bodies aren't functioning well. What happens as a result is aluminum causes oxidative damage and can damage nerves. And aluminum accumulation has been linked to Parkinson's disease and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is ALS, or some people call it Lou Gehrig's disease. So again, now you may feel like, I need deodorant, I need to do something, I need an antiperspirant. Again, read the backs of them. Try something that's more natural. I don't know. I'm putting it out there. But again, just be aware. Read the backs of your products. Figure out which ones you can't live without and which ones you can make changes, and go from there. As Dr. Wentz says, even if you change out 2 products, that's 2 less things, 2 less exposures, 2 less dosages of chemicals that you're being exposed to. So that's it. That's all we're going to do today for the bathroom. Now, we are going to talk a little bit about dental aspects, and we'll come back to toothpaste and mouthwash, as well as talking about the fillings. But there was so much to talk about with that I just didn't feel like that I could do that with this. So we'll do that. We'll do teeth and dental stuff in a separate video blog. If you have things that you've substituted and want to share that with us, please send it in, info@mamasonbedrest.com. Put it as a comment to this blog so that other people can benefit. If you have questions, info@mamasonbedrest.com. Or if you really want to implement a plan and get started on making your home healthy, sign up for a complimentary 30-minute bed rest breakthrough session. Yes, it's for Mamas on Bed Rest, but it's also for anyone who really wants to get a handle on what's going on in their house and how can I make changes. Again, send your information to info@mamasonbedrest.com, and we'll get you all set up and fixed up. So that's it for today and our trip through the healthy home, this book by Dr. Myron Wentz and his son Dave Wentz, and today we covered the bathroom. I'm Darline Turner-Lee, Bedrest Coach. Thanks for watching.